ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown, touchdown, A floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. They took it to 10. Hey.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Here we go. Ready? What we got? What we got? Kill. The great 57. Hey, Delta. Goal. Jump. Ship. Hey, check. The great 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
At their own 25-yard line.
Go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming!
Ram!
Check!
Hey, empty!
Wentz on the give to Sanders. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get in the weight room! Rush in! Shoot!
Bus.
Check three!
Down the man inside, Here, sit.
Tighten up!
On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Done. 280! Man 5-7.
Shit! Check. Lucky. Hey, switch gears.
Run. Switch on.
Now Wentz on third down. Going up top. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running with Kamara, fighting him off. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Check. Walk to before.
Quarterback, don't get nervous, man. Don't get
On third down, Perry. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Three down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Liz 5-3. Liz 5-7. Shift.
Bumps out the head.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, Ram.
Here I come. Check, crunch.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
180.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Slam.
Liz 5-7.
Undercrunch. He's checking. Crash.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 15 on it. 3 bucks.
On 1st and 10, Perry. 20. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Lutt's good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Saints 14, Eagles nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Great. Shoot. Other side, solid. SOS.
Wentz now to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Quincy Wilson with the INT. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Perry. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Perry. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Saints. 52 yards.
A gain of 52 yards. And the Saints, 1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check.
Let's fly two.
Switch.
No.
Check.
Here, shift.
Check.
Two jet.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
There we go. Back. 280.
Rip left.
Tyson.
Check 26.
Kill.
Check.
Rip.
Fresno.
Lynn.
Jim.
Here, shift.
Get him. You got him.
This is done.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
What's right? I'm coming.
Hey, Echo.
Check Mike 99.
Wentz to throw again. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
14, 82, 14. Hey, Charlie.
6 man. Check
Here, shift.
Check Mike 99.
Here, 5-7.
Again, it's Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Double up. He's coming, double up.
Now Wentz again. And that will be incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 30. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Justin Jackson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Ram. 52. Alert 3, alert 3. Hey, empty. Shift. I got him.
Now a carry for Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Go. 120. Shorty. Hey, red 5-2. On here. Hey, Haywood. Bush.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Throwing to start the drive. Perry. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Looking to throw. Perry. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Throwing on third and long. Perry. And that's caught by Smith. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On the draw, it's Jackson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's good for a gain of 7, but still a few inches short here with 4th down coming up. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
180.
Let's go, let's go. Sponge.
Down the man inside, down the man.
Watch twist.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Watch the backer. Check Mike, man.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Check Mike, 27. Let's get the ball.
Go.
Out.
Here, shift.
From the rep. Let's go right here.
It's a second down run with Sanders.
Get there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the run.
Man 5-7.
Baby, that's
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The point after is good. And the lead is down to 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
all day, defense, all day. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4.
Throwing after the interception. Perry. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
We want it. Come to my world.
Derrick Henry. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Perry. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, his second sack of the night.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3.
Showing it.
Check 15, check. Ram.
36.
No. Liz 5-7.
Check.
82.
Check.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A gain of 27 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on, let's go. Kill. Hey, Ford Tokyo.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. Liz 5-7.
Set.
Hey, alert 3. Hey, other side, solid.
Check 99.
Ref.
Check 43.
Quick the edge.
Great.
Go.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 37. Check 37.
Here.
Motion.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 7.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
57.
Slam. Alert flare. Joker. Shift. Hey.
Other side, solid.
24. Deuce. Jack. Big edge.
He's got this on.
We got double up.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. A try here for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
From the gun, Perry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Check 3.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Hey, exit. 4 Tokyo.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
Let's 5-2. Let's 5-2.
You remember me?
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz going right side here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Let's get off the field. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
49, check 49, check 49. Kill, go.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
The Saints going to call the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
He's moving, boys, he's moving. Right there. Hey. Right there. 54, Mike. Not here. Mike by 4. Mike's by 4. Not today, you are. Not today.
On fourth down, Perry. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Quincy Wilson with the INT. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Nice move at the 40. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
We got this.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, and deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did. But they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate, because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for the Saints, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.